lock in his eye. Nuts and bolts in the late night sky. Tinker's paradise built in the shed. Grease Monkey keeps the gears in his head.
Hey guys, Grease Monkey 34 here, coming to another video. So today, before we get started on this thing, I want to say thank you for your support on the channel to reach 5,000 subscribers. I am been waiting many years for this type of thing to ever happen, so yeah, thank you for the support, you guys. I don't want to drag on too much, but yeah. So on this project, we're going to be working on the 7,000 pound Case 700 series tractor. And so what we're going to do, we don't have the 420 engine in it anymore, but we're going to be putting a 300cc, so like about 7 horsepower engine in it, 8 horsepower. So what we're going to do is change out this gear to something a little bit bigger. Put a new belt on it because it needs a new belt. It burnt up last time I drove it. As you can see, it was pretty old. I put this belt on when I first made it, and with all the work this thing did around the yard, it needed a new belt. So I'm going to put one of those on it. And yeah. But yeah, I'm going to change out the sprocket to something a little bit bigger. A little bit bigger sprocket here. And we're going to have the same size of sprocket on the engine to make up the ratio for the power to weight capacity, I guess. Because the engine going on here, it's going to be a couple horsepower under the 16 horsepower, which is needed to power this thing. This is a pretty slow machine, but with the weight of this thing, and when you try to tow something out like a stump or something, you want more torque. So you don't really care about the speed. So the engine I got for this thing, I want to test out, is this Yamaha snowblower engine. I don't know much about these type of engines. It did come off a Yamaha snowblower. That part of the snowblower is pretty shot. The drive mechanism and the auger, but the engine, cleaned the carburetor and it fired right up. So yeah, put a new fuel filter, a new fuel line. The carburetor is clean, and I do have a whole bunch of these filters laying around. So I'm gonna cut out a piece of metal, drill a hole in the center, bolt that on there, something like that, and yeah, then it should be ready to bolt up to the tractor. So I'm gonna get going. This does have a 3/4 shaft, so I'm going to have to get another sprocket to fit it. I'm going for a 12 tooth sprocket, so yeah, so let's get going. Okay guys, just got the engine dead up. I got the air filter on, as you can see. Just a piece of metal plate with a hole drilled in the back of this piece of metal plate. We'll sandwich the air filter in a couple of spacers, space it out so it doesn't crush the air filter. This part will be protected over the fuel tank, so not this fuel tank, under the tractor hood, so I don't have to worry about water getting on there. Then yeah, I put a pulley on here, just an A belt, because this whole engine not going to push a B bolt or anything. So I'm going to have this size of pulley on here. It's a 2.5 inch. And then on the tractor, we're swapping the sprocket to a, I think it's about an 8 inch, 10 inch. And that'll be enough torque for this little engine to put out. Hey guys, just going to be bolting the engine on. I did get a belt for it. So there it is. All hooked up on this side. I did put a pulley up on here, a 10 inch. So we'll go from a 10 inch to a 3 inch, and then a 3 inch down to a 16 inch. And then on the motor, there's another 2.5 inch. So it should gear down enough for the little 7 horsepower to power it. So time to I'm gonna line it up on that other side and then bolt it in. So this is what it looked like on the other side. So yeah, so even later on I could get a clutch and put on here, so I don't even need the other clutch. Alright, so now I'm just gonna mark the holes and drill them out and put some bolts, and then I think it's time to fire this thing up. Okay guys, got it bolted on, got some new bolts, so got the belts on. This one really tight. This one here is somewhat tight, but the clutch is on right now, so I can loosen it up with the clutch. It gotta break itself in too because of the new belt. So yeah, so when I pull it over, you see how I'm gonna gear it down. So gonna dump some gas in it. It's pretty empty, and I gotta pump up this rear tire because it always go flat mostly. So let's fire it up. Okay guys, fill it up with gas. Put some air in the tire, so now it's not so flat like it was. Let's fire everything up. That engine starts up no problem. Look at that gear reduction right in here. I slid the truck sideways like a good little bit. That first gear right now in low range. I think this thing will work pretty good for 6 or 7 horsepower. I do gotta fix the carburetor. The carburetor got a bowl leak, so I'd wanna keep dripping. So that easy fix, but yeah. That belt tensioned. This belt is great. Yeah. Runs really good, but even in 8th gear, it's pretty slow. But because it got no power, like 6 or 7 horsepower moving 7,000 pounds, it's a little bit of a struggle for the engine. For high speed, but around the yard, it's fine. So yeah. Well, guys, I hope you guys enjoy this little episode. So something to do. I didn't want the thing just sitting around and not moving, or not moving it under its own power. But yeah, wanted to test to see if that little engine can power this heavy beast. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.